wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send.
We are live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this interconference contest. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Hart. This is checked in for Alex Len. So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. So, for Chicago right now, inside, Gibson and Noah. Tony Snell is out there with Brooks, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward position. The Suns making a switch here. Newman's checked in. Let's take a look at the players that have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. Third is Joakim Noah.
He's put on an unbelievable using that strength in his body so effectively.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. You know, the guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor. Well, you know, Taj Gibson was the 26th pick back in 2009 coming out of USC, and boy, what a get for the Bulls. He's a defensive-minded big man. He can defend the 4 and 5 positions, and he's also got a very reliable mid-range jumper.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. White, he's checked in for Morris. Granger comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Thornton in for Brandon Knight. The drive by Brooks. He dishes it to Noah. 1:27 left in the first quarter of the game. Snell, the pass to Mirotic. Fades and shoots, and that one's good. Mirotic just got his first basket of the night.
And for Taj Gibson at 6'10", a 7'4" wingspan, that length helps make him disruptive, an excellent defender and shot blocker.
Newman, the pass to Thornton. Inside. Good ball movement here by the Suns. No good from Newman. Chicago trailing here. Brooks outside. Out to the right wing. Gibson dishes to Brooks. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Gibson very mobile, able to cover defensive.
Yeah, he's got a slender build, Kevin, but he's a worker in the weight room. Slight and light, but Coach Thibodeau says he's the team's hardest worker and he's getting stronger.
The Phoenix Suns franchise with the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Maybe we shouldn't have been surprised with their resurgent play last season. This is a franchise that throughout its history has found ways to win.
Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Brooks, here we go. Here's Noah. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Here's Newman. Mirotic grabs the miss. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Granger with the defensive effort.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Coming up next Monday night, February 2nd.
Come on. And the second quarter getting under. Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Then for the Bulls, Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Jimmy Butler. So the Bulls 5 right now. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Rose is out there with Brooks. And it's Mirotic in at the 3 spot. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, they've cashed in on a lot of these second chance opportunities out there in the first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
The Bulls leading by 8. And Brooks, here we go. He kicks to Rose. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists tonight.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Rose passes to Brooks. Back to Rose. Mirotic with it. He's got 8, 5 to shoot. Brooks misses.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Here's Newman. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Mavericks got his second bucket.
Well, they got the win in his debut, and perhaps they might have found someone who can contribute as well. He looked good out there.
You know, it's really not easy to come in and make an impact like he did. The fact that he helped contribute to the win is a huge plus in management's eyes as well.
For Chicago, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And Rose drops them both.
Another trip to the strike for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
This team is never afraid to get physical. I think they enjoy this style of play.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
The dish to Noah. Back to Rose. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
13 seconds on the shot clock. 13. Number 1 on the floor for the Bulls. Jimmy.
Here's Brooks. Tries again. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that does it for the first.
Well, Brandon, tell us some.
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. First thing, we need.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Some changes for Phoenix. Brandon Wright's checked in for Morris. Morris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Thornton in for Green. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And Mirotic subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Thornton out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Len. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Wright in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Shot clock at 3. Fader on the way. And again, it's the Suns missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. It's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Newman's checked in for Phoenix. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I had a chance to find out what Jeff Hornacek was discussing with his players. He said their plan was run their offense through Maverick. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I tell you, Kobe had suggested him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
Puts it up from 15, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Newman. Chicago has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Mirotic dishes to Dunleavy. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Fires from 14. That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Dunleavy. Mirotic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls. And Pau never really the burly type, but for 7-footers, getting as wide as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes significant wear and tear off your joints. And we've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably, and Pau able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
Here's Newman. He's covered by Rose. No good from Newman.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it and move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot it, no matter what else was going on.
18.
The Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Wright. Markieff Morris comes in for Marcus Morris. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Danny Granger. And it's Green in for Marcus Thornton. Pau Gasol is checked in for the Bulls. So for Chicago right now, inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. Dunleavy is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Gibson in at the 3 spot. Chicago leading by 20.
2 minutes remaining.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Back to Rose. Into Noah. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, it's funny, Clark. Some people thought that Joakim Noah was considered a bust when drafted by
At the line.
Substitution here for Phoenix. Brandon Wright's checked in for Markieff Morris. Granger comes in for P.J. Tucker. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Green. And Newman subbed in for Brandon Knight. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Rose is checked in. Gasol passes to Snell. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks dishes to Gasol. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, Noah has that boisterous, playful personality. I think his quirks maybe threw people off early on, but he's a wonderful teammate. He's unselfish. I think more than anything, you know, his unguarded personality has sort of helped him connect with his teammates. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And I think this win builds confidence for this year in the matchup. They take the first win of the season series, and, you know, that could play a factor the next time these two teams meet.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested. And for Noah, who is really gregarious and outgoing off the court, but you get in between those lines and his intense competitiveness becomes apparent. I mean, he's locked in all business. Fierce competitor, laser focused on winning. He's not worried about making a few enemies in the process.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
Outside Rose. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big mark.
Derek,